stop. Family shop. Think Thayer. Come on, let's get rolling. Come on, let's get moving. Think Thayer.
So I was here my freshman year with Coach Clausen, came onto campus and then went through some practice and everything with Coach Clausen. Then he had this idea of doing community service, which I think is great, and he told me about that through the recruiting process. This team is going to be doing community service, and I thought, yeah, that's a great idea, I want to do that. And one day we were in the union doing community service with Be the Match program. I never heard of it, had no idea what it was. And what we were supposed to do is get people from on campus to sign up for Be the Match. So working with the ladies there, they said, you know, just go around asking people for a simple cheek swab, and this will give us their DNA, their alleles, so we know if we can match them up with somebody who needs bone marrow transplants. So thinking bone marrow transplant, you know, I heard that's painful. I had no idea what it entails. Most of the guys on the team that did the part of that community service, they did their simple cheek swabs, and then that's all it was. Put down our contact information, and they got shipped directly to the company, to the registry. And from that point on, we were registered. Yeah, 2 minutes, just put down our phone numbers, your email address, and then there's a little Q-tip. Put that in the mouth, swab the cheeks and everything, and then put it directly in the envelope. And that's a cheek swab, and then you're registered. So I woke up one morning, looked at my phone, I got an email from Be the Match, and I looked at the email. I get them every now and then, just keeping me informed about what the program is and everything. And I get one that says, hey, you're a possible match. Thinking, what? There's no way. I went to go brush my teeth and my phone starts ringing, and I answer it, and it's a lady from Be the Match. And she says, you have been recognized as a potential match for a 31-year-old female with leukemia. And from there, I didn't even know what to say. I'm like, really? So she said, would like you to give blood and see if you are an actual match for the lady. Would you be able to give blood within 2 weeks in order to see if you are the correct match? I said, yeah, no problem, we can do that. And so I went to the health center, they got everything worked out, gave some blood and sent it off to the registry, got it tested out, and they let me know within 3 or 4 weeks if I was the actual match. So 4 weeks later, they said, you know what, you're the match, you're the only one in the country who we've seen as a perfect match for this lady. I'm thinking, everybody in the country, that's awesome. It'd be a great thing to be a part of. So spent several hours on the phone answering questions, going through questionnaires, and then after that they asked me to go to Ann Arbor in order to get a physical exam done. So I went up to Ann Arbor over Christmas break, went and got a physical exam, checked my heart, checked my blood, my counts and everything, see if I was healthy enough to donate. And so happened I was, and so they came back, went back home, and then she called me back and said, would you be able to do the donation in February? I said, you know what, that's fine, February works. So February 1st, we went down to Ann Arbor and stayed the night, got up early the next morning, went to the hospital at 8 in the morning. We got there and took my vitals, everything looked good, so they hooked me up to the machine and I was going at 8:30. So at first the lady said you'll need 4 different days of injections in order to lead you up to the transplant. So I'm thinking I'll have to drive to Ann Arbor every time. which I didn't. So there was a lady that actually drove down. She gave me shots on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday leading up to the actual donation time. And she just came in the mornings and gave me 300 micrograms of, I think it's Narfrin, I'm not sure, the drug. And they said there's side effects. You'll have bone weakness, you'll be fatigued, you're gonna feel like sleeping all day. That's fine. Yeah, just typical college athlete day. Well, I didn't feel any of the side effects. There's nothing going on. I had a little bit of back pain. I thought that was from the lift that we just did, getting squatting. But yeah, I didn't feel any side effects. I had ibuprofen right there by my side to help me out. I didn't feel anything. So yeah, those injections were to actually increase the amount of stem cells that my bone marrow would make. So the bone marrow would override on production of stem cells. Those would spill out into the blood. So my stem cell count was really high, and exactly what they want. So they're going to take my stem cells and put it into her body. So before she gets the injection of my stem cells, they're going to take radiation and kill all of her bone marrow. And then they're going to take my stem cells, put it into her body. My stem cells will go into her bones and make brand new bone marrow. So essentially it'd be the same bone marrow that I have. So then on the Tuesday morning, they hooked me up to a machine. They had a needle in this arm, and then that needle took the blood out of my arm, put it into a centrifuge machine that spun around in a circle and separated the blood into 3 different layers: a plasma layer, a blood cell layer, and then the stem cell layer. And so what they would do is they'd take the stem cells off the uppermost layer and then put that into a separate bag. And then the blood cells that they didn't keep is they pumped back into this arm. And really easy process. I had to keep this arm still the whole time, but I was able to move my right arm.
What did you do during the day were you able to eat during that process? Did you have TV on?
Yeah, so I brought actually a couple textbooks and I was reading. My girlfriend was next to me and keeping a conversation going, but I had a couple books that I was reading. And so I was really busy. There was a TV that they had optional, but I didn't turn it on. The guy next to me had the TV on. But I had books throughout the day. Not a painful process at all. There's snacks and drinks to dine on, so it wasn't that bad. From the injections, my stem cell counts were really high, 4 times what the normal count should be. And so I need time to get those counts back down. So the spleen is enlarged, it's on override right now, trying to take care and make sure that all the numbers in the body are taken care of. And with that, they don't want heavy exertion on the body, so running and lifting, exactly what we do every day, I couldn't really do because then the spleen might burst, and that's not what we want. So with that, 5-6 days rest, not doing anything, heavy exertion is recommended. Spleen will get back down, all the normal counts will go back down to normal, and that's exactly what they want to see before I get back to physical activity. So looking back at it, if I could do it all over again, I would. I got contacted as a 31-year-old female, so just thinking about it, she could have kids, young kids right now, she could have a husband, my aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, parents are probably still alive. So there's a lot of people that this can affect, and having somebody, pass away at not their right moment is not really helpful. And so this doesn't affect just one person's life. It doesn't affect my life very much. It affects their life and countless amount of people that she has impacted. And so with this, she could probably go and impact a lot more people. The bone marrow registry would say that I can be not in direct contact with her right now, but indirectly I can send a letter to the registry, and then the registry would send a letter to her. And I think that that's important. I'll send a card, hopefully she gets well and everything. But a month after the surgery, they'll let me know how it goes, how the transplant went. And then 6 months after the transplant, they'll let me know how everything goes, how she's recovering. And then a year afterwards, they'll let me know how she's doing, and then there's a possibility that I'll be able to meet her. and I feel like that'd be really cool to be able to meet her, you know, just hopefully that she's doing well, hopefully her family's doing well, and to see how it has impacted her life, to see what she's learned from it, and maybe how she can go and further on and pay it forward.